Do you guys remember Jay Slater, the young man who went to a concert in Tenerife and then just vanished? We know they found his remains, but now we know about a text that he sent in his last moments. Now we know that he went missing the early hours on June 17th and his remains were not found until July 15th. His phone was recovered, and when his mother charged it and logged back in, a message that Jay had started typing on Snapchat went through to one of his friends, Brad. Apparently, this message had just been floating around. Maybe the phone went dead as he was typing it. Anyways, he texted Brad and he said, "Listen, I'm not going to make it." Now, we've got a lot more details that have also come out from that night, so hang on, we're going to get into it. Now we know that his cause of death was ruled as a fall down a ravine. So in the early hours of June 17th, we know that he met these two older men at the nightclub that he was at. Then we also know that he traveled 30 miles with them to their Airbnb in this remote area. Well, at 6:22 a.m., he posted a Snapchat of his location to his friends before sending a final clip outside the Airbnb at 7:21 a.m. In other messages, he sent a video saying, "Just took a 12K rollie," referring to this Rolex that he had stolen, and then he grabbed two of those things in case it all kicks off. And then according to his smartwatch, he began walking from the Airbnb at 8 a.m., turning right into the mountains. He called his friend Bradley a few minutes later to tell him that he was attempting to walk home. And then here's where we start coming to the end. At 8:32 a.m., he called his friend Lucy to say that he needed water. He was frightened. He had cut his leg on a cactus. And then a final 22-second call took place at 8:50 a.m. in which he told Lucy that his phone was at 1%. And I'm also wondering if in that time is when he started writing that Snapchat to Bradley that didn't go through until his mom logged in. Now, something like this doesn't really add a lot to the case now because it has been ruled accidental. The coroner said that they don't believe that any of those Snapchats about him stealing or the weapons had anything to do with his death. During the time of the investigation, however, there were detectives that said that they couldn't rule out that he was not pushed, but the same thing happens when people fall downstairs, just like it would down a ravine, because pushing doesn't leave marks.